Okay, sounds great. Let me make this big. Okay, perfect. Well, I really appreciate the opportunity to present today. And my name is Kim. I'm the founder of No Mess SPF. And before I kind of get into it, I just wanted to give you an idea of what I would, really love your feedback on today. My plan is I'll share, the patent pending system that I've developed. And my goal is to deploy 5 of these units this summer. So as I kind of go through, would love your feedback on my communication, my messaging, the pricing strategy. I have a slide on just to get your feedback. And then, as always, connections are really helpful as I plan, this year and next year and the future of this business. So this started 2.5 years ago because my dad was diagnosed with melanoma. So as a family, we really were shocked because my dad hid from the sun the last 20 years. But for the first 15, 20 years of his career, he was teaching tennis outside. So it was, under the sun, for his day job. And so unfortunately, we saw that accumulation effect. And that was when the wheels started turning. And I really felt like I wanted to learn a little bit more about, what were the current solutions and where were the gaps. So that's where, I started doing customer discovery. And I'm sure, a lot of you are parents and you've maybe seen something like this at the beach or the pool where kids are struggling, wiggling, crying. It's just a really annoying process, obviously a much, needed process to apply sunscreen and be protected in the sun, but it's just a pain. And so I've done over 400 interviews. I did 5 pool pilots and over 200 surveys, and everyone shared it's a pain to apply sunscreen. It's easy to miss spots, and people are it's going against what you're trying to do, which is just enjoy your time outside with your family and friends. So my engineers, I've had a couple of different engineers, and the team that developed this prototype and pilots, really helped bring this opportunity to life, which is, making sunscreen application quick, effective, and accessible for people to avoid sunburn and enjoy their day. So taking pretty much a manual process into an automated one. So I'll take you through just to kind of give you an idea. This is a very scrappy video. I don't have, I'm a solo founder, so I did the best I could with getting friends to take some pictures and videos. But I had, this goes from prototype to enhanced prototype all the way with a little snippet of the final model, just to give you a visual and see people's reactions, which was, part of the fun with kind of getting this out in market the last 2 years. So I will hopefully be able to play this and you'll be able to hear it. Okay. And then this final clip, my engineers, really did a lot of work to enhance this and get this ready for the public. And unfortunately, since they are engineers, they weren't focused on taking videos and pictures. So when I picked up this first unit, I had them get in the suit so that, we could kind of get a sense of, the testing that began in October and is still wrapping up, as we speak. So, oops, didn't want to play it again. Okay. So this is, what I've kind of shared with facilities and what they shared back with me of what the value is to them, because in order to make this accessible to these users, I'm partnering with pool-related facilities to basically bring this to the market. So, it's really, and they could offer this as an amenity, or they could choose to, to charge for it for additional revenue. There's been cost savings, for individuals themselves versus buying, $10 to $20 bottles of sunscreen, you can kind of basically, it's almost like a Costco purchase. You go in and you have a much better rate when you buy it in a larger container, larger quantity. And then for the facility, I've heard back from a couple of different ones that it is a cost savings from all sorts of chemicals for the pools, and it basically improves the ROI. And then ultimately for swim camps, it's really helpful because, you know, I've been told that it takes, you know, anywhere from 60 minutes to a half an hour to get the kids prepped. So about 2 to 3 minutes per kid. This is a 4-second application. And when you add in just the height adjustability, you're just looking at another couple seconds. So, you know, as far as, you know, go to market, looking at just running this, you know, a certain amount per month, a maintenance contract, and then better pricing as you get, you know, higher quantities of the gallons. I did have a couple of facilities, you know, show interest in buying these units as well, which I'm open to. So I know I'm probably at the 6 minutes. So again, you know, really appreciate your time and would love to, you know, hear your feedback on what I presented today. Thanks so much.